the reason behind the big decision of Indosat that finally you divest this towering business?
Well, I think this is really a part of a broader strategy. When we announced our strategy last year, we said that we wanted to make a big investment program to improve our network and to improve our customer experience. Right? And we started this in 2018, and we are continuing this year in 2019. And when we announced this, we always said, well, we can fund this through three different ways. We can use our own internal cash that we generate as a company. We can also work with our banking partners to use commercial loans and bond issuance. And also we can divest non-core assets. And this transaction is part of this third point. It's about financing our strategy through divesting of a non-core asset. But we also have other sources of funds available.
Since you say this is the third plan, what's next then? What other plan Indosat is actually preparing now after getting, let's say, this fresh funding amounting to 6.39 trillion rupiahs?
Well, to be clear first, we've worked really hard to work where we are today with our partners, with our tower providers, and we are very excited, obviously, and we're very happy to be here. But I have to remind also that the transaction is not closed yet. We are planning to close by the end of the year, and we're working now with our partners to do this together. And of course, maybe we can give more detail once the transaction is closed. But at a high level, the use of fund is basically part of our overall funding plan and financing strategy.
You said earlier that you orchestrate the project and also the transactions of this towering business divestment. Tell us more about the existing tower owned by Indosat and how strong is it after you sell these 3,100 towers to others?
Yeah. So we still have about 5,000 towers that we still own, and we manage this internally. So at this stage, I would say we are very focused on executing on this transaction, and this is really what our focus is not really these 5,000 towers.
Yeah, with this existing 5,000 towers, what will be the nearest plan for it?
We haven't announced any plan for these remaining 5,000 towers. As you can imagine, we're pretty busy with this very large transaction at this stage, and as I say, it's not closed yet. So that's really my focus, and I would say our focus as a company, to close this transaction, execute on our overall strategy as a company, which we can discuss as well, and then we can discuss about the remaining 5,000 towers, which today are still owned by Indosat.